So 6 months ago, I decided to restart my YouTube channel. And restart, what do you mean? I mean, I have been on YouTube, but I've done it completely wrong. I treated YouTube like a portfolio, like upload whatever. I had no strategical clue whatsoever. And a couple years ago, I went into producing podcasts, which kind of led me down the rabbit hole of learning formatting, podcasting, a lot more of editing and title, thumbnail, description, tags, and just optimizing for YouTube, because that is a whole different place, because you're creating videos for a specific platform and you have to really think a lot about viewer behavior, average view duration, and how you're packaging your ideas. And so after 2 years of podcasting and kind of forgetting about my own channels, I realized that I've gotta do this myself also, because if I don't have a channel that I can say, I've done all my research and I have also built my own follower, subscriber count, I have videos that got a lot of views, I have a structure that works, then how can I confidently tell people that I can coach them to achieve the same thing? I felt like it's like learning cooking from a master chef versus learning cooking from somebody who's reading a book about cooking. Like, I feel like if I was to hire somebody, I want to see that person have a following, have consistency, have a routine, posting, and understand how to do these things. Okay, now after this long story, I want to get into the meat. So back in February 2026, the YouTube Partner Program, 2 tiers. First one, 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers. And the second tier was 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So I said, here we go, let's do it. Let's do what exactly I am teaching people. So I started researching Google Trends, vidIQ, Answer the Public, comment section on videos, going to YouTube, typing in my niche, but most importantly, I had to define what the heck I was even wanting to do. And the thing is, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know who you're serving, it's just gonna be difficult to pinpoint that audience. And YouTube, I like to tell people, YouTube is like a little kid. You have to give it directions. You're feeding it information. You're teaching it. You're teaching the kid. You're teaching YouTube. And the more content you do that are pre-validated, the more it will know your audience. And every time you introduce a new niche or new content pillar, you have to stick with that, because just because a content doesn't have a lot of initial success doesn't mean the niche that you're going into is going to be unsuccessful. Okay, so then I wanted to make sure that I have strong branding. So my description, my channel description, my channel banner, my channel picture, my links and thumbnails and things like that. I basically looked at similar creators and I used that as a guidance of how I want mine to be set up. So I had a picture of me playing guitar, then I created a simple banner with my niche and content pillars on my banner and how often I post and subscribe, whatever. And then I created an I help statement on my channel bio. Okay, so then I started looking at videos, what are popping up, how large channels are those, and I saw immediately a Logic Pro 12 update that just happened. So I went onto that train and I said, I have to do this tonight. So I did it. It was trying a certain specific tool and certain specific thing inside Logic Pro, and it had gotten me nearly 3,000 views within a couple of weeks. And I was like, holy cow, this thing works. And before that, actually, I forgot to say, I did a video on Quad Cortex, which is a guitar modeling AI profiler amp, or amp profiler. And that was more about playing. So because they also released something new that week, that video got 600 views. And for me, 600 was a lot, y'all. 600 was a lot. So I did these videos, and I had a couple of videos that was making, for me, for a small channel, then I had 400 subscribers. That was a lot of views for me. So fast forward, I had months where the videos were not doing very good, but they were super long. I had videos that were more me talking. They were doing better, but not as good as the Logic ones. And then I started to get emails from companies, and I also reached out to companies saying, hey, I'm a Berkeley grad, I'm a guitarist, multi-instrumentalist, producer. I'd love to try your video. I'd love to try your tool, your software. Is there any way we can work out a partnership or something? So then I learned that you actually don't have to be a large creator to get partnerships. I got a few partnerships. I even got a paid partnership, and I got free gear for in exchange to create videos. And I was super stoked about that, because that means I have value that I give to others, and then it's also something that's being searched for, and that can give me currency. Like, it's a current content need, and people are interested at it. And because AI is a very controversial topic, especially in the arts realm, I took the plunge and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to show people how a musician with 2 degrees, who plays 7 instruments, produced a lot of songs, can re-record everything, could utilize AI as a tool. So that within 6 months, I have gone into tier 1 of YouTube partnership, and as of now, I'm only about 90 watch hours away from tier 2 of the YouTube partner program, which is and was a dream of mine. And it also is very self-validating, because if you put your time, your effort, you research it, you keep doing it, you put effort, you put blood, sweat, and tears into it, you are gonna see forward motion, results. And you're gonna have times where you're, of course, not as motivated, but you have to get through it. I had weeks where I had no video ideas, but I had to do something. And now I am realizing that it's okay to miss an internally set deadline, but I have to then concentrate on creating quality videos. So first, I'll tell you, you need quantity. Just do it. Get better at it. Do something better every video, every X amount of video. Then quality. Then dial it down and do less videos, but make it significantly better quality, and always think about what people are gonna gain from watching that video. Okay, and then how can you monetize without being monetized? Partnerships. You're a key opinion leader. How can you establish that? Create content that will be valuable for companies, brands, and things like that. So be a value, be a service to others. And that can lead you to partnerships. Also, read a book called Sponsor Magnet. Let me tell you who it is by, so that you know and you can buy it right now. I wish I wrote it, but I didn't. And I got this book. It's called Sponsor Magnet by Justin Moore. How to attract, price, and execute your dream brand partnerships. It's phenomenal. Great book. And it also debunks the mystery that you need X followers, subscribers to get paid for what you know, what value provide. So there is a lot that I have learned in this journey, but again, intentionality is what's necessary. Not everybody who has made tons of subscribers and got monetized really understand what goes into it, but they kind of do also. So it's funny because, you know, I've talked to a lot of creators, and some of them don't put this much of effort into it, but a lot of them do, and a lot of them learn just by doing it, and they get to the same type of mindset that I have been describing for you guys, which is the content validation, continuity, post frequently, analyze content, view content from an analytical perspective, and find what works for others and adapt what works. But don't copy word by word what people say, but learn from it. If you get any value out of this, please hit like, share, subscribe. My goal is to educate you, show you what I went through, and show you a clear path of how you can grow on platforms that you previously just honestly dreamt about. I dreamt about it. I did not think that I could do it, but that was a self-imposed limitation, and I know you can do it. So keep on creating, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.